My name's Trevor Joseph, you're watching Rolling Slow Media, and this is Will's 987 Boxster. Now the reason why we got this car on the channel, I would like to ask the question, if you had around 8 to 10k to spend on a sports car, would you consider a Boxster? Or would you go for something like a Z4, an SLK, a Mazda MX-5, or a, what else would you get? TT. Or an Audi TT. Anyway, we're gonna ask Will because this is his car and you're watching Rolling Slow Media.
What's going on here?
We want this one to be unlisted.
Trevor, thank you so much for coming on the channel.
Thanks for having me.
And bringing this lovely 987 Boxster. Before we start, guys, I just wanted to let you know what happened on our way here.
It's got to be addressed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a shame we weren't rolling at the time, right?
No, yeah.
So we decided to meet. Basically, he broke down.
At the gate yeah. to the site where we've come. Yeah.
We then had to go and find. So basically, I don't know if you guys know, when the battery runs flat on these cars, you can't open the frunk, and we needed to get jump leads to jump the car, which you attach to the fuse terminal and any part of the body, but his jump leads were in the frunk. So
the jump leads I bought on the way here, in fact. I put them in the...
So then we had to drive to Halford, get jump leads, come back here, jump the car so you could open the front, so you could get the other jump leads.
To then start.
Yeah.
But we made it.
Exactly. We're here. And it just turned out to be a loose, was it an earth
loose
terminal?
Wiring earth terminal, yeah.
Yeah, so we're good. These cars are good, man. Like, don't count them out. Anyway, Wolf, thank you so much for coming on the channel again. And yeah, bringing this lovely 987. And the reason why I've asked you to come on the channel is because I'd like to know, because I know for around 10k, you can pick yourself up a sports car.
Yeah.
And on the market, you can grab yourself an SLK, a Honda S2000, Z4 BM.
Yep.
And a Porsche Boxster.
Exactly, yes. So I did look at all of those cars, in fact, before going ahead with this. So main reason I chose this one is I'm coming from an MX-5.
Yes, MX-5 as well. Completely forgot to mention this.
So I was coming from a 2005 MX-5, so quite an old one. And I was looking to actually get a new, the Mark IV MX-5 for around 12 grand.
Okay.
So I had a look, and I even went and test drove one. It was really good, but I didn't feel the power upgrade was there, and it was just a bit more creature comfort. So I started looking around at what I could get for around 10 or 12. Coming from an MX-5, it had to have the roof to come off.
Yeah.
So the TT, I'm not a fan of the way the soft top TT looks.
Oh, okay.
I like the hard top.
I like them with the roof down.
Yeah, with the roof down.
The roof up.
With the roof up is questionable, I feel.
Yeah.
I did look at the Z4s as well, with the electric hard top.
Yeah, they're nice.
They are
I love
nice.
like the long bonnet that you get on those.
Yes, yeah. So I looked at those, and just in terms of driving them, they're a lot softer than the MX-5.
Yeah.
And I was on that car. I had, rock hard coilovers and all sorts. I pretty much ruined the car. But so I wanted something that was a bit more of a sports car, as I think the Z4 is a bit of a GT.
Yeah.
Then suddenly I stumbled across Porsches and thought, I'll have a look at them and how can I buy in?
Yeah.
So I started with a 986, looking at 986s.
Right.
So I drove a couple of those, and then I wanted a good example of a 986, and then the budget slightly got bigger and bigger, and then I thought, I'm looking at the same price as a 987. So when I finally found this one that came up, I actually saw a YouTube video about this at a dealership, and I thought, you know what, I'll go and test drive that. And as soon as I sat in it, I thought, I have this. But they're not without their issues.
Right.
They're
and
not without their
you
issues.
have had a few issues which probably would have put a lot of people off.
Yes.
So what problems did you have with this, and what did you do to address them?
So I got the car on a Sunday and just started using it as my daily.
Yeah.
And by Thursday, the engine was clicking and clacking. And I know some people say that the Boxsters and Porsches, the engines do sound rough, and they do, but not that rough. So the place I bought it from as well was sight as seen, so I had no comeback. So it was.
Did you buy with your heart?
I did. As soon as I sat in the car, looking out, and you have these two haunches that you can see.
Yeah.
I'd never sat in a Porsche before, and I thought this is just.
So this was the first one you saw, and this is the first one you bought?
Yes.
Mate, you made the same mistake I did.
Yeah. And by the sounds of it, we've had similar issues as well.
Yes, we have. We've been stung.
So
don't buy with your heart, guys.
No, test a few of them. Don't go for the first one, and get a PPI or pre-purchase inspection. Yeah. Because if I would have got one, I wouldn't have bought this car. Not necessarily the engine that needed a rebuild after a spun bearing. Wasn't something that could have been foreseen. Yeah. But if I would have known about the state of the suspension and the brakes and the crossover pipes and the seals, and the list is quite long. If I would have known about the condition of them, I wouldn't have bought this car. But I would have definitely bought a Boxster. Just it ticked all the boxes for me.
So you've had all the work done.
Yes.
Do you have peace of mind? Because at the end of the day, that's what you want. That's what you're paying for, right?
Yes, I do, yeah. So I got it done over in Luton by AMS, and they were really helpful. They sort of hold your hand the whole way through it as well, because when being faced with an engine rebuild, it was an open-ended bill. So they really worked with me to make sure...
Just add the zeros.
Yeah, they made sure that it fit the budget, and we got it done properly, but didn't bankrupt me. So... so I've got the AMS sticker in the windscreen as well, which I'm pleased to show off. So yeah, I've got total peace of mind with this car, and I was only going to keep it for 6 months. I just wanted to get a soft top for the summer. 2 years later, here we are.
But now that you've got it, now that you've done all the work, you need to take this out on some road trips. You need to thrash the hell out of this. Like you need to get maximum enjoyment.
Yeah. So I take it on all the rallies that I can do and all the meets, which is where we met. In fact.
Yeah, that's true.
So I try to get out to as many events as I can, and hopefully get it down to the Nürburgring has got to be ticked off.
Yeah. But make sure you sort that
also, I don't want to break down on the in Germany somewhere.
Yeah, especially on the Nürburgring. I heard the bills are quite expensive if they need to tow you off that place.
Oh yes, more than the engine rebuild almost in some cases. But
so, do you have any modifications planned for this? Because I'll be honest with you, I like these. Yeah. But I really like when people mod them. But people can go OTT and they can look ridiculous. But I think subtly modded, these things look really nice.
Exactly. Which I will be doing. So I've done the Top Gear exhaust at the back. I've got a short shifter that I've ordered, which is just the eBay special, but I've heard good things. I think you've got that in yours as well. So I've heard good things about that. And also, as you can see, the arch gap, they do sit quite high, and the wheels are quite recessed. So BC Racing coilovers, it's got to be done because they're really good value for money. I think they're about £1,000 for them. And then just some spacers to really fill the arches out. And then something that I have been thinking about recently is parking up at the meets. It seems to be a sea of silver 987 Boxsters. So maybe a wrap of some sort, something quite punchy, because the paintwork's not in great condition anyway. So I do use this car all the time, and as you would have seen in the B-rolls, it's a bit dirty. So
it's used, man. I mean, like that's what these cars are for, you know.
Yes.
They're
I'll definitely get my use
not
out
sat
of it.
there and polished.
So maybe a colour change at some point. Maybe maybe a
now you're in. Like you've made that investment. You've had the rebuild. You've fixed everything. Yeah. Like it's time to get out and enjoy it.
And I feel like something that Porsche has versus the other cars that we mentioned, the community behind these is unlike the others. You may be able to go to a Z4 meet or a TT meet, but it's not quite the same as the Porsche GB tribal Porsche that we've been to, and there are other road trips and things that
there's
you can
loads
go
of
to.
like cars and coffee events for Porsches, and you meet some really nice people. You know, driving all types of Porsches from Cayennes to Boxsters to 911s. It's it's a nice little.
I think I'll struggle coming away from the brand. I think I'll be going on to a 911 or maybe a better Boxster.
Yeah, you see yourself in a 997, 991?
I like the thought of a 997.
Yeah.
But they may have the same issues as the 987. So I would probably look at maybe a 997, but get the cheapest one I can and just wait for the engine to go.
Right. You could probably go for the .2s. I think
.2s are a bit more
resolved all those issues.
So I mean, I'm constantly on Auto Trader, always looking, but I think I'm set with this car for a while. Yeah,
I think it's a great car.
Thank you.
Like, I definitely would like, and again, this is the question. Like, if you want a Porsche and you don't want to spend 997 money, this is the next best thing.
Yes,
isn't it?
Value for money wise, I think.
Yeah,
I think they're fantastic value for money.
And I'm sure it drives just as nimble as a 997.
Yes, well, I'd be interested to see, because I've never driven a 911, but with the mid-engine, I find I'm just threading this through country lanes, and it's just got loads of grip. So I think with a mid-engine car versus those other cars that we mentioned as well, they're all just front engines.
Yeah, because they're all front, aren't they?
I mean, the TT's front-wheel drive, so it wasn't really something I could go for. So I'm over the moon with this car.
Cool. Oh, well, thanks for bringing it on the channel.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and I hope that we'll see each other at a few meets in the future.
100%.
And maybe one day I'll see you in a 997.
Maybe.
Or a 991.
Maybe. You never know.
All right, Will.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot.
What is this? What's going on?
Hey guys, that's all we got time for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss an upload. If you like Cars and Coffee events, please follow me on Instagram, where I will be posting events that I will be attending. So yeah, that's it from me. I will see you in the next vid. Take care. Peace.